Hello and good morning. Welcome back. We're in week 1 of the 3rd marking period. Okay, last marking period I didn't pick up bell work, but I will this one. You were off Monday, off Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. So your bell work should look exactly like this. Make sure you put a name, date, and period. All right, let's take a look here. We're doing FOIL. Now to do FOIL, you're going to go ahead and take this a to both of these. So a times a is a squared because you have to add up your exponents. A times 2 is a plus 2a. Then you go to the next one. This is a negative 2a. And this right here is a negative 4. I line these up, but you don't have to. So your final answer is a squared minus 4. And that's called the difference of two squares. Let's move on. This one right here, this is a perfect square. This is a perfect square, and it's a minus. So it's going to be a plus 4, a minus 4. Okay, we're going to continue on factoring. This one right here is the greatest, greatest common factor. You're going to break up that 9. 3 times 3, and then the x. This one right here, you're going to go 3 times 12, 3 times 4, and 2 times 2. They have 1 3, and they have another 3 in common. No x's, so 3 times 3 is 9, so put a 9 here. That's your greatest common factor. You're left with an x plus 2 times 2 is 4 because these are not in circles, and that's your answer. 9 times x is 9x, 9 times 4 is 36, and that's called the greatest common factor. We're going to try one more. On a new sheet of paper, copy down this one. Alright, so you're going to break this up. 2 times 8, 2 times 4, 2 times 2, and then p, 4 of those. This one is 2 times 2, and then 3 p's. You have a 2, take a 2 out. You have another 2, take another 2 out. You have 3 p's, take out 3 p's. So your greatest common factor is 4p to the third, and you're left with 2 times 2 is 4, and a 4p. This one, everything is taken out, so put a 1. 4 times 4 is 16. P to the third times p to the first is p to the fourth. And 4p to the third times 1 is 4p to the third, and you're done. And you're done. All right, here's another one here. Let's work this one out. Notice that this first one's a negative, so we're going to take a negative out. Alright, so we're going to break this up. So we're going to say 2 times 45, 3 times, I don't know, 15, I guess. Yep. And then 3 times 5. And then x, 5 x's. This one is going to be 2 times 50, 2 times 25, and then 5 times 5, and then an x. This one's going to be 2 times 3. So really, all they have is a 2 in common, and they don't even have a 3. This one doesn't have a 3. So all you can do is take out a 2, but I want you to take out a negative. If the first term is a negative, take out a negative. So what am I left with? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 5 is 45, so put 45, x to the fifth. 2 times 25 is 50, so that's 50x. But you got to change that sign because you pulled the negative out, so put minus 50x. And change that one to a minus 3 because that's all you have left. A negative times a positive is a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive, and a negative times a negative is a positive. And that's how you do it. And today's worksheet is right here. And we're doing greatest common factor today. So make sure you show work. And when I say show work, I mean the factor tree. Okay? And the answers, for those of you at home, look like this. So make sure you're getting the correct answer. Okay? All right, let's move on to geometry. And by the way, for first period, these are the people who still owe me for an exam, and I'm going to open it up for tomorrow. Only one day. So this is going to be Thursday. Only Thursday, because I got to get my grades in. If you fail to take the exam, then you're going to end up with an F on this, okay? And I got some people down here. Cameron, okay? And Lucas. And it looks like Blake, okay? And then all of these people here. You know if you took the exam. I'm going to open it up one more day, and that's it, okay? All right, let's go on. Geometry. Let's talk about the bell work here. All right, before we get started on the bell work, second period, if you see your name, that means you still have to take the EOC. And I'm going to open it up tomorrow, one day only. If you fail to take it, you will end up with an F. And by the way, seventh period, here are the names of the kids who need to still take the test, the exam in MCR. Okay? So if you see your name up here, that means you didn't take the test, and you will have an F unless you take it, okay? So I'm going to send out an email to your parents as the plan. Let's talk about this bell work here for geometry, because we're just going to do a little simple worksheet. Color the box. You see how these two lines are coming together? These go together. Watch. Put your fingers here. Come together, go together. So put 17 squared plus x squared equals 19 squared. I want you to say that. Put your fingers here, come together, go together. All right, this one is your hypotenuse. That's the longest side. So you're going to take your calculator, 17 squared. Get a calculator. I do have some in the classroom. If you're using my calculator, do not take it out of the room, okay? And then 19 squared is 361. So what you're going to do is subtract 289, so minus 289, press equals, and then you want to do the square root. So x squared equals 72, and then do the square root of 72. So x is equal to shift square root. I get 8.5, and I rounded it off. So put some squigglies. Okay? This one right here works the same way. The A and B go together. So it's 12 squared plus 5 squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared. And that's all you do is work it out. This one you're just going to add them up and then take the square root. All right, let's go on. You have a worksheet here. The worksheet looks like this for those of you at home. All right, this is your first assignment, and you will turn this in from Friday to Sunday as usual. Let's take a look at this one. Oscar has a doghouse in the shape of a tent. Well, a tent looks like this. And the sides here, the sides are 5 each. Okay, and the bottom is 6 across. They want to know the height. So drop down a perpendicular and put a H for the height. Okay? So cut this triangle or this bottom piece in half and take this triangle out. So what you have now is a triangle that looks like this. This is a 5, this is a 3, and you're looking for the height. Okay? Come together, go together. These two go together. So it's going to be x squared plus 3 squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared. So this is 25, this is 9. You want to subtract 9 and then take the square root. So x is equal to the square root of 25 minus 9. So let's get our calculator. Get your calculator out. 25 minus 9, press equals, and then shift square root. So I get 4, okay? If you don't have a calculator, you're just going to leave it as the square root of whatever that is. 25 minus 9 is 16. So you would just say the square root of 16, but you should know that the square root of 16 is 4. All right, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see you in class. And don't forget, if you did not take the EOC or my exam for MCR, tomorrow will be the final day that I can give you. All right, have a good day.